Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. This is MUFC Transfer Talk number 41. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. It is Friday. It's the weekend. Well, almost, but most of you should have finished work or school by now. At least you guys in the UK or college or uni, whatever you're doing these days. So it's the weekend. Officially, it is the weekend. Now, I'm still a little bit tired, so excuse me if I'm a little bit grouchy or I say something stupid or anything like that today, because I am tired. I stayed up for the game, then I had to work today, so I've had to do a few things in the day and I'm absolutely fucked. But we're going to keep plugging away, we're going to keep hanging in there, and thankfully United last night, they made it worthwhile staying up, didn't they? They made it worthwhile. Two fantastic goals, one from Romelu Lukaku, the new number 9, and of course the number 19, Marcus Rashford, the boy from Wivenshaw, bagging another one. It was a great finish as well into the far corner, coming across the box. So yesterday, all good. We stayed up late. Well, it was today. Feels like yesterday because I've had a sleep now. We stayed up for the game and it was all good in the hood. United won. But let's not get carried away. It is only pre-season. I mean, we had very good pre-seasons in Louis van Gaal before. So it's pre-season, but it was a good workout yesterday, and there were good signs as well. Particularly the speed in our counter-attack play. When we had Mkhitaryan running through the middle, we had Lingard and Rashford and Lukaku either side of him going towards Manchester City's defence like the Mighty Ducks. It was great stuff. And it was great to watch as well. And then you think our strongest 11 was probably that 11 we played in the first 45 minutes, minus Anthony Martial and minus Eric Bailly. So we can still build together this team. We're still building partnerships. Romelu Lukaku, this was just his second game. So, you know, Romelu Lukaku's still getting used to, his third game for United. He's still getting used to things. So, it's great signs, but let's not get carried away. And like Jose Mourinho said, it was just a very good training session for the guys yesterday. Nothing more, nothing less. Although it was played in front of a huge crowd in Houston, Texas. Anyway, moving on from that. If you want to hear more, I was going to say read more. Told you I'll say some stupid things today. If you want to hear more, then you can of course check out the video that I did after the game. Once we're finished here, I did a little review on the game. It was live, but you can of course watch it back. Anyway, moving on now. We've got just under 250 people in at the moment, so thank you all for joining us. Thank you for taking time out of your Friday to get involved here in McKola TV. Today we are talking mainly Nemanja Matic. It has popped up again, this Nemanja Matic move, and there's reports in England today that Roman Abramovich has approved Nemanja Matic's transfer from Chelsea to Manchester United. Now it says Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich has given the club the green light to sell Matic to Man United in a deal that could reach £50 million. Now, before we go any further, and I speak on what I think about Matic and how good he could be as a signing, £50 million is an awful lot of money, obviously. I don't think we even need to say that anymore. I don't think he's worth £50 million, particularly at his age. But it would still be a very good signing for Manchester United. He is what we need at this moment in time. Somebody that can play that central defensive midfield position when Michael Carrick can't. Yes, we have seen Andreas Pereira play there in a deeper role, but he's very young. He's inexperienced at Premier League level, whereas Nemanja Matic has won the Premier League once with Mourinho, once with Antonio Conte, and is still of a decent age. He's still got 2-3 years left in him at the very top level at least. So Nemanja Matic to me would be a decent signing for Manchester United. It would provide an alternative to Michael Carrick. It would provide an alternative in that CDM position that we need. It would allow Herrera and Pogba the opportunity to play further forward. You could also play him in a midfield too, with Pogba, with Herrera, with any of those players. So I think Nemanja Matic is a good option. also with the age that he is coming in at 29 years old, he's unlikely then to stand in the way of players such as Andreas Pereira, Timothy Fosu-Mensah, who could potentially come through and play in that central defensive midfield position or in that number 6 position. So I think it's a very good signing if it happens. Obviously nothing official yet. Not sure where these reports have come from the Telegraph, directly from the Telegraph. Yeah, it looks like United could be waiting just to get Nemanja Matic in. Could he be that one signing that Jose Mourinho spoke about in terms of Manchester United making? He said he wanted 2 more, but if he could, he would get at least 1 more and he would be happy with that. Could Nemanja Matic be that 1 more? Now, I doubted it simply because I felt that Chelsea wouldn't sell us one of their players anymore. They seemed pretty determined not to sell him to us earlier in the summer. And they obviously missed out to Romelu Lukaku because of Manchester United. But with them signing Bakayoko, with obviously, if you believe Roman Abramovich to have stepped in, then I think it's a good move. It's a good move, and it's fair from Chelsea to let the player go, especially if he's not going to be playing much football, albeit to one of their rivals. They may have tried to make him go to Italy, to Inter Milan, Juventus. It may not have happened, but now he is looking like he's going to leave Chelsea, and they may give him that move to Manchester United. He's played 151 games for Chelsea since his move there from Benfica, scoring 7 goals. In his first spell, he only played in 3 games, so he's played 154 games for Chelsea if you take into consideration both spells. He is 28 years old. I do apologise about that one. No, sorry. He's 29 in August. So I am right. He's got about 10 more days left at being 28. I knew there was a reason for me saying he was 29 years old. So he will turn 29 very, very soon. We signed Robin Van Persie at 29 though, and he still had a season or 2 for us at a very good level, and that could have been stretched on even longer as well if we had a manager that managed him. So Jose Mourinho knows Nemanja Matic inside and out. He brings in a little bit of experience that we have lost with Rooney leaving, with Zlatan Ibrahimovic leaving, although Zlatan may return, we know that. But yeah, I think Nemanja Matic would be a very good signing. I just feel that it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money if Chelsea have got that £50 million out of us, or 35 plus add-ons, or 40 plus add-ons, or whatever. So I think it's a decent signing, regardless of the price. It's not coming out of my pocket, and it's not staying in it's not going to be in Malcolm Glazer's pockets anyway, but it's not staying in the Glazers' pockets. So that will do me, and I think it would be nice to get Jose Mourinho one of his targeted players as well. He's obviously targeted these players for a reason. He wants to bring them in, and if we can get 1 more in at least, then that's happy days for Jose Mourinho. Guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button as well. Get your likes on. You see, we've got 72 likes, 0 dislikes at the moment. That will obviously change now that I've pointed it out. But make sure you hit that like button anyway. And of course, subscribe as well. We're 70 subscribers away from 37,000. Can we make it to 40k by the beginning of the new Premier League campaign? Those are the targets. Anyway, talking Nemanja Matic, what do you guys feel he will bring to Manchester United? How do you feel he will be as a signing? Get your comments in. Are you happy that we will be signing him? Marstar says she would love for Matic to come. The transfer market is inflated. Chelsea brought a bench warmer for 70 million, so 50 million is not too much, says Rohit. In CDM, players can play at the top level till 34, 35, says MC Attack. Very true, mate. I am late. What did I miss, says Amrit. Not much, mate. We're just looking at the reports at the minute that Roman Abramovich has stepped in and has allowed Nemanja Matic that transfer to Manchester United. It seems to have started in the Sun, the scumbags. They all obviously do get exclusives every now and then. And the Telegraph are also reporting it as well. Obviously, what we do have to say is Chelsea may have briefed the press saying £50 million. They also briefed the press about Alvaro Morata as well, and initially leaked that they had paid around £60 million or £55 million for him, when in fact, when the move did go through, it was clear that it was around £75 million. So Chelsea could be briefing the press saying, look, Roman has let him go, but Roman has only let him go because we're getting 50 million, when in fact they're not getting 50 million, they're getting a little bit less. So we need to obviously wait to see if this is true, A, B, what the price is, and C, I think if it happens, ultimately, we've got a decent signing. Now, when he first came to Chelsea and he won that that Premier League season for them, and they won that Premier League when Jose brought in him and Diego Costa and was it Fabregas and all that. I remember thinking I would love Nemanja Matic at Manchester United, and I'm sure, I may be wrong on this one, I'm sure we did a 3-in 3-out on full-time Devils, and I said Nemanja Matic and Lukaku in my 3-ins. I think that may be the case, but I might be wrong on that one. But Nemanja Matic is a player I've admired for a while. He's maybe coming a little bit later in his career than expected, but Jose Mourinho wants him. Jose Mourinho wants him. I trust his judgment. All of his signings so far, this summer, last summer, have been decent signings. More than decent signings when you look at some of them. Pogba, Lukaku, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Mkhitaryan, Bailly, Lindelof. He's made some great signings for Manchester United. We have to trust his judgment. People moaning, people bitching about, £50 million for Matic. We could have got Fabinho for 40 million. Mate, just shut the fuck up. Football doesn't work like that. This isn't FIFA 17. This isn't Football Manager. Although those games are great, transfers don't work like that. It looks like AS Monaco are going to hold on to Fabinho now. They're not going to let him go. They're going to be able to keep a hold of him. They've sold Bakayoko. They may sell Mbappe, but they're not going to let go of Lamar and Fabinho by the looks of things. So when people keep saying all this, let's get this guy, unless you're on the inside and you're making these phone calls and you're trying to sign these players, please don't talk about, you could have signed this guy for that much, because you don't know at all. And it's probably a case of, if we were to actually sign those players, the figure would be a lot more than you expected. So sort yourselves out and stop talking wet. Menes says I look like Mahrez. I don't think I do, mate. Don't think I do. Maybe it's the tan and the hair sticking up, but I don't think I do. He has some mad shit going on the side, like no side of his head. Ash, how you doing? Harry Parker, how you doing? There has to be a better option that is obtainable than Matic, says Spamalina. Mate, if there was, do you think we would have signed him by now? Have you not heard what Jose Mourinho said? He's finding it difficult to sign players. So, if he's finding it difficult to sign players, and you're saying, do you think it's more possible to have signed someone for less that was better? Have a think about it. If Jose Mourinho could sign someone that was better for less, or better for the same price, do you think he would have done that? Also, what you have to ask yourself as well is maybe signing a player that is of 29 years old 1st of August. By the time the Premier League starts, he'll be 29 years old. So if we're going to sign a player of that age, it's better for the likes of Pereira, Fosu-Mensah coming through, aiming to hopefully become our central defensive midfielder. It's better for those guys as well. If we sign a Fabinho, of course, I was all for signing Fabinho. He's a fantastic player. But I did say when he was linked to United, if we sign Fabinho, that's not going to be good for the likes of Fosu-Mensah, who can play right back, central defensive midfielder. The likes of Pereira, who can also play there. Because he's going to stand in their way for a longer period of time. So I think this Matic move ticks the right boxes in terms of the profile of the player that we need as well. Because Manchester United need a little bit of experience. We've lost an awful lot. When you look through the team, yes, David De Gea is vastly experienced in the Premier League. He's obviously not that old. Great stuff. We want to keep him for longer. But look further forward. Valencia is the most experienced guy in the back line. Victor Lindelof, 22. Bailey, 22. Jones and Smalling, quite young. I think around 25. But yes, they are experienced in the Premier League, but they're not even reliable. And then you go left back, Daley Blind. Yes, he's experienced. Doesn't play every game. Luke Shaw, young, doesn't play every game, trying to fight his way back. So you're looking at experienced players in the back line. You've got Valencia, Blind and David De Gea. Obviously, you've got some very good players around them. But we need to bring the age, like some more experience in there. Some more experience of winning trophies. A little bit of a wiser head when things are maybe going wrong for Manchester United on the pitch. And I think Matic can do that fantastically, sitting just in front of the defence, shielding the defence, not really moving an inch. People say he's slow. So is Michael Carrick. Where does Nemanja Matic need to go? He doesn't be needing to make lung bursting runs forward to go into the box and go box to box, does he? Does he? Does he need to be doing that? No. We want him to be a central defensive midfielder. We want him to be how many central defensive midfielders are blessed with blistering pace? There isn't many of them around. Look at Michael Carrick. He plays there. He's not fast. He hasn't needed pace in his time. Nemanja Matic's reading of the game, his strength, his aggression, everything about him makes him ideal for that central defensive midfield. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that altogether. I think it would be a very good signing for United. Last season he played in 35 out of their 38 Premier League games. He played 40 appearances altogether. How many minutes? Because if I could remember, he was on the bench a few bit. So how many minutes did he play last season? Let's have a look. 2,697 minutes. What's that? Sorry guys, just doing some maths. So he played on average 77 minutes in those 35 games. So it's not like he's been sat on the bench for the whole season, is it? He has been playing a lot of football in the Premier League. 2,697 minutes across 35 appearances, which works out as an average of 77 minutes a game. So, yeah, I think it's a decent signing, guys. I don't know why there's a lot of doom and gloom around this one. It's a signing that we need. It's a signing that brings experience. And it's a signing that Jose Mourinho wants. Why can't you be happy about that? Why? Why can't you be happy about that, guys? Get happy about it. Howard and Jack says I inspire him to whack a sweet volley into the bottom corner. Please do that, mate. You please do that. Mustafa says Matic would be perfect. Matic and Carrick can rotate in the CDM. That will free Pogba up in the final third, says Ron. He scores the odd screamer too, says Josh, as we saw at Wembley against Spurs. Ebby says put Phil Jones there. That's where he belongs. I don't think he has the... I don't know, he's a bit stupid at times. You reckon he can play in a 4-3-3, says Yash. Yeah, I do. Yash, you're in these live streams quite a lot, and I'm surprised that you've asked that question. I'm surprised that you've asked that question. You think we've bought him to play him in the midfield too? Is that what you're saying? Come on, use your brain a little bit. Come on, Yash. I love you, mate, but use your brain sometimes. Move Smalling and Jones coming. Do you mean are Smalling and Jones about to leave United, says Bob S. I doubt Jose Mourinho will let both of them go. For the simple facts that he's finding it hard to replace players, to bring players in that he wants at the moment. So why is he going to let two centre-backs go? I wouldn't be surprised if he let one go, because obviously we've got Twanzebe coming through and we've just brought in Victor Lindelof. So letting one go isn't really that much of a mistake. And I mean, on average, one of Smalling and Jones are always injured, so it would make sense. Usman says he loves the channel. Thank you, Usman. Thank you for getting involved. Please do hit that like button. As I said as well, the dislikes did spike up. I know why anyway, and I'm sure some of you guys know why, but we don't have to worry about that. It's all positivity here on McKola TV, apart from when obviously we fucking lose against Liverpool or something. But that's not happening this coming season. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. We really need a winger, says Harry Singh. I don't mind playing Marshall every game, to be totally honest with you. So when does Chelsea play 3-5-2, says Mr. Problematic. They played it quite a lot last season, didn't they? He will be great to free Pogba and Herrera. Smalling was beautiful last night. Where do we need to improve considering wide or midfield, considering we would sign one more reason? Pardon, mate? Can you ask that question again, please? I do apologise about that, guys. Refresh the stream if you haven't already. Refresh the stream and I will be back. Right then, they've refreshed. Guys, we're here talking Nemanja Matic and could the move be back on? There's rumours in the Sun, the Telegraph today, that Roman Abramovich has sanctioned his move to Old Trafford. We haven't heard anything official about this one yet. Let me see what the reliable sources are saying online. Are they saying anything about this move to Manchester United? Let's have a look right now. It says Man United are closing in on a deal for Matic with an opening bid of £35 million being rejected. If £35 million are being rejected, we're not going to really run in with a £50 million bid, are we? It's going to be more or less around 40 million quid. But I really don't care. Let's just get Jose Mourinho the players that he wants at this moment in time. We're finding it difficult to get players, and we need to bring some players in. Matic has been one that is targeted, so let's go and do that. Morata signed for Chelsea and he dyed his hair red, says I'm really laughing about that. That was quite funny, wasn't it, mate? Schneiderlin is closer to Carrick, says MZ. Yeah, but Schneiderlin's gone, mate. We are not getting Matic. Stop getting happy. We're getting Fabinho, says Anthony Martial. All right, mate. United were originally trying to sign Mata, but they ended up signing... Why are you still talking about that? Why does Matic need to be quick? This is what I want to know. Only morons that do not understand football would say Matic is too slow. Matic may be slow, but why does Matic need to be quick? Can someone answer that for me? Why does Matic need to be quick? Why? Why? Why does Matic need to be quick? He doesn't need to be quick. It's that simple. He doesn't need to be quick. He's a central defensive midfielder. Have you seen Michael Carrick for the last 10, 11 years? How fast he's been in there. He ain't really been quick, has he? Fuck's sake, some people just don't understand football, man. Nick, I seen your comment. Matt says Matic is a brute. He's an hard bastard, innit? He's going to ruffle some feathers in there. I like that. WWE fan, how you doing? Because it matters on FIFA, said someone. Yeah, mate. That's where most people fucking get their knowledge about football from these days, FIFA. Transfer deals. They think transfer deals take as long as it does on manager mode. And I think you need to have every CDM to be blessed with 99 pace. Fuck me, there's some stupid people out there. Alex says Serge Aurier. He has been linked with a move to Manchester United for a while. His name constantly gets linked to us. Obviously, he's a bit of an erratic character. But it says Manchester United turned to PSG's Serge Aurier in £25 million deal. So £25 million would be probably a cheap deal in this kind of market at this moment in time. Could he be a decent player for Manchester United? Yes. Would it be gutted if we didn't sign him? To be honest, no, I wouldn't be gutted if we didn't sign him. So that's where I'm at on that one. You can't go wrong with a big Serb, says Ash J. Of course you can't. The last one didn't do too badly, did he? Nemanja, whoa, Nemanja, whoa, he comes from Serb. We can basically sing exactly the same song for Nemanja Matic, can't we? That's amazing that I just realised that. Love your channel, bro, says Avanshu, sorry. Thank you very much, mate. Who would you prefer, Matic, Fabinho or Nangolan? Mate. I think if I was picking a starting 11 from scratch for tomorrow, Fabinho or Nangolan. Now, in fact, Nangolan, it would probably go... No, I don't know. I don't really care, mate. If we're signing Matic, he is good enough. He is good enough anyway, isn't he? Look, Nangolan might be better than him. Fabinho might be better than him. But how good is Matic? Is he good enough for United? Yes. So, fair enough. Some of you lot just listen to some twats on YouTube and get gassed into thinking every single player needs to be £100 million signing and needs to be the best one, world class in every single position. That's not how the way life works. That's not the way football works. That's not the way transfers work. So just get real a little bit, I think. Rashford attempt from halfway was class, says Harry Singh. It wasn't it. I wish it went in, man. That would have been amazing. We should get Orien playing as a left back, says Loving the channel, says AK Gaming. Thanks for getting involved, mate. Bonucci would have been much better signing than Lindelof, says Leigh. Fuck's sake. Stop saying stupid shit in the comments, man. This is what I mean. Bonucci went to AC Milan because he didn't want to leave Italy. Do some research before you start talking bollocks. How about that? Fuck. Yassine, he says that because he's a moron that is always moaning. If he rants, he gets views. If he moans, he gets views. That's what he wants to do. So every video has to be a moan or Neymar in the title so that views will come in. It's that simple, innit? And he's got you lot on strings because you all run along with it. Well, not you guys that are in here, because you lot are legends. Mr. Problematic. I'm not triggered, mate. I just need to put some people straight. If you're going to come in the comments talking shit, then at least sort it out. If you're going to say, I don't think Matic is a good enough player because of X, Y, and Z, then I don't mind, you know what I mean? Because you've put some thought into it if you think Matic isn't a good signing. Fair enough. But talking shit like, oh yeah, Matic for this, we could have got him for that. Really? You don't know how transfers work? You're not negotiating the move, so stop talking wet. Kane says, watching me sing the song was so cringe. Sorry, mate. We do it at football, though, so there'll be about 75,000 of us being cringe, so I don't mind that. Menez, nice one. Amir says, 100% comment move so quick. Howard and Jack says, Matic is mint. Matic is peng, says Ronan. M1, thank you for getting involved. Pratulia says, Adam makes even more sense with his triggers. Bad mood today, says Lee. Little bit tired, mate. But I haven't got a bad mood. I just can't be dealing with the bullshit today. I just really can't. Hit that like button if you don't like putting up with bullshit. Number 7 who? Number 10 who? Says Ram. I don't know, mate. Griezmann next summer, number 7, yeah? We still going with that one or what? You think that can still happen? Calvin knows. Rowan, you haven't missed much. Basically, we've been looking at the reports today that Roman Abramovich has given permission for Nemanja Matic to leave Chelsea and join Manchester United. Now, we heard that Matic obviously hadn't travelled with the Chelsea squad to go on tour. Chelsea were trying to push him to Inter Milan or Juventus or one of the Italian clubs, anybody but Manchester United or someone else in the Premier League. But it seems like Jose Mourinho may eventually get his man because of Roman Abramovich, his former boss, giving him permission. Now, he obviously gave Peter Cech permission to join Arsenal at the time, and he seems he's done the same again, gave his blessing a little bit to a player that has won things at at Chelsea. No one's won things at Arsenal. So, yeah, if he's given him that permission, fair enough. Now, there's been a quoted fee in the press of up to £50 million. Now, I think that could be Chelsea playing a little bit with the press, trying to get people to believe that £50 million is the price and they've got one over on Manchester United. Whereas the fee may be closer to 40 million. It may be 40 million plus add-ons. There's been reports we've had a £35 million bid, so I wouldn't expect it to be anything like that. But at this moment in time, the fee hasn't been confirmed, and this hasn't been confirmed either. It is purely speculation in the rags like the Sun, the scumbags there, and of course the Telegraph as well. So all purely speculation at this moment in time, but that's the way things are there. Dave says, how many seasons do you think it would take for us to challenge for the Champions League? Look, I think you could be surprised and United could challenge next season because it's a cup competition. Anything can happen. We've got players that can cause threats to other teams, and we've got a manager that is tactically aware and can tactically pull anything off. He's won the Champions League with lesser sides, let's remember that. But I think realistically looking at it, I think if we were to win the league back next season or the season after, I think once we do that, then we can look at saying, right, Now we need to keep the league and we need to challenge for the Champions League. We need to be hoping to win it. But I don't think we're that far off, maybe a season or two away from that. But we're not far off at all. Over 500 people in the live stream now. Thank you all for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Adam McKola TV as well. Can we hit 40k by the start of the new Premier League campaign? At this moment in time, we're on 36,938. So we're 62 away from 37,000. Very, very close to 40k now as well. And we've had a massive feedback from everybody over the summer. As you can see, this is MUFC Transfer Talk number 41. We've been doing these videos almost daily throughout the transfer window, 8 p.m. every single night, Monday to Friday UK time. And then, of course, as well, we've been doing spontaneous ones whenever big news pops up, like when Lukaku signed or when Lindelof signed or when Rudy left. So we'll be continuing to do this throughout the summer. So make sure you keep involved here on Adam McKola TV as well. I've got plenty more strands coming to the channel ahead of the new season, for the new season as well. We'll have FIFA 18 content when that comes out. We're going to be doing so much more here on Adam McKola TV. And I'm also starting a few other things. Donkey of the Day, Weird Wide Web. Just listen to those titles and try and imagine what kind of videos are going to come. But there's going to be plenty of content coming here on Adam McKola TV. And I'll try and vlog some other sports as well. So fingers crossed that happens. Abhishek says, get Ian back to FTD. Whenever Ian's available, we get him involved. Obviously, he's busy with his comedy stuff as well. He's a stand-up comic and he's an actor. So he does things on tour and on stage and all sorts. So if you can, get on his Twitter, see when he's live, and go and watch him do some stand-up. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you there. Reese says, I won't be tired after the Real game because it kicks off at 10 p.m. Yes, it does, and that is a godsend, isn't it? We've had 3 of these 3 a.m. kickoffs. No more now in the pre-season. We've got 4 games up until that game against Real Madrid, and I think we're really in a good position in terms of building the squad and building a team spirit and building up form and going forward. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to the rest of the pre-season. And of course, the new season as well. I think although the transfer business has been slow, we have got 2 very good signings in through the door. I think we will get another signing or 2. If Nemanja Matic comes in, I think that's a great signing as well. Albeit, yes, he's of an age that I think we need that kind of profile of player at the moment. The Perisic's and the Matic's. They're of that age that we're kind of lacking them experienced, proven players that will perform for you week in, week out, guaranteed. So it'd be nice to add a few of those into the mix as well and into the squad. But overall, I'm happy with the way things are going at this moment in time. And watching that game against Manchester City, look, forget the opposition because Manchester City, it was their first pre-season game. They've just started their pre-season. So they're not going to be up to the same level of Manchester United yet in terms of fitness. So although they had better ability than Real Salt Lake and LA Galaxy, fitness-wise, they wouldn't have been anywhere near those players who were in their mid-season. So, having said that, it was just better to play up against a better calibre and better quality of player. They caused us problems at times as well. And I think there were areas that we had to look at. I'm sure Jones and Smalling would have caused concerns with Jose Mourinho yet again. And there was a few moments where they looked really, really worrying. But besides that, there were a lot of positives for Manchester United as well. Romelu Lukaku up top, he's an absolute fucking beast, mate. And he's going to score so many goals for Manchester United. And people talk about his flaws to his game, his all-round footballing abilities, first touch and all that. Yesterday, he was getting involved in the moves. He was flicking the ball off here and there. He was getting involved in the passing moves with Lingards, with the Mickeys, with the Pogbas, with you know, everybody around him. And I'm excited to see that build-up of a relationship with Marcus Rashford as well, Anthony Martial, Lingard, Pogba, because these are all young players that want to improve and want to keep growing and want to keep playing for Manchester United and winning things, and hopefully that happens. Rashford has really improved his finishing, says Harry Singh. He really has improved his finishing, hasn't he? Dubsy says they weren't that bad. I agree they weren't that bad. They had their moments. But what I'm saying is the fitness in there, if they had it in their legs a little bit more, they would have been even better yesterday. Maybe they would have got a goal or 2. You never know. Who saw that bit when Phil Jones was through on goal? He was offside, but he had a shot, hit the goalkeeper, had another one, hit the goalkeeper, had another one, hit the goalkeeper, and he was just stood in front of the goalkeeper, smashing it off him, when he had a whole goal to aim at either side of him. He was offside anyway, and Romelu Lukaku tucked it away after that fantastically well. But yeah, Phil Jones is absolutely batshit crazy. Ron says, can I talk about Matic's pass accuracy and long balls? Let's get Squawker's stat comparison up and let's have a look at Matic's stats for last season. Let's see how he compares with the players that we do have at Manchester United. So Nemanja Matic, where's that one? There it is. Let's get his Premier League stats up for last season. Cool. Then we'll get... Let's have a look actually. So his pass completion was 88%, so not too bad. Key passes, but that's not what he's there for, but he made 20 key passes anyway. In terms of his duels, his tackles won was 37, so his aerial duels won 60% of his aerial duels, which is pretty good. I think that's better than Zlatan Ibrahimovic, which is quite impressive. Total duels won, 50% of his total duels won. Interceptions, 55. Defensive errors, did he make any? He made 2 defensive errors. Errors leading to a goal, none, so that's good. How many yellow cards did he get? Because he played 35 games. 4 yellow cards, so he's got a good disciplinary record as well. I mean, his stats aren't that bad, to be totally honest with you, for a player in his position. Obviously, he doesn't get many goals at all. How many goals did he get in those 35 games? He got 1 goal in the Premier League last season. So, I mean, he doesn't get much goals, but, I mean, who cares about that? He's a CDM, nor does Carrick get much goals. Manuel says he finally saw United live yesterday. I hope you had a great night at the NRG Stadium, mate. Obviously, the result went your way. You saw 2 fantastic goals as well. But I hope your night was fantastic overall. And to any of you guys that are getting out to the games as well, make sure you have a good one. Make sure you enjoy it. The next game's at the Levi Stadium. I went to a game there when United were last in America. Absolutely fantastic stadium, fantastic atmosphere there as well. And it was a great day there. We beat Barcelona on the day, which doesn't happen every time. How old is Matic? Says Darren. He's 28 at this moment in time, but he's going to turn 29 on August the 1st. So by the time the Premier League campaign kicks off, he will be 29 years old. Suraj, I love you, mate. I don't know why H Dudat's telling me to say that, but Suraj, I love you. Stop panicking and just chill out a little bit. United should play in Canada, says WWE fan. Matic is as solid as Roy Keane mixed with Vidic, says Howard and Jack, giving a glowing statement to Nemanja Matic. I'm not sure myself. I think Vidic and Roy Keane will probably have him in a fight, but yeah, I like him too. I think he's a good signing for Manchester United, and on the whole, I think it would be a decent bit of business, regardless of the price. We need a player in that position. It's a player that Jose Mourinho can trust. It's a player that's won things with Jose Mourinho in the past, and it's a player that is used to the Premier League, and it's also a player that at his age, he's not going to stand in the way of the players that we do have. Also, for those people that are being morons saying he's too slow, you don't need a super duper quick central defensive midfielder, and he's probably quicker than Michael Carrick. So what the fuck are you like moaning about? Grow up a little bit. Stop moaning because we didn't make the signing that you wanted to and that you did on FIFA, you wet wipe. And then just get behind the team. We're having a good pre-season. We're building a good solid side. Jose Mourinho's signings have been solid so far. Every single signing has been a good signing. Yes, Zlatan isn't here anymore, but he may even return. So stop being a wet wipe. Stop being unreasonable. Stop crying because United didn't sign a player you've got on FIFA. And get behind the lads and realise that although Nemanja Matic may not be as good as Fabinho, he may not be as good as Nangolan in your opinion, he may not be as good as all these guys, but regardless of those facts, he is a very good player. He is a very good player. He's a Premier League winner twice. He's known by Jose Mourinho. He can be trusted by Jose Mourinho. He's experienced. He's of an age that we have little players of that profile of age at this moment in time, and we need to bring them in. Anyway, Josh says I need to stop moaning, so I'm going to stop moaning now, and we're going to wrap this up positively. So, come on, let's get some positivity going for this Friday night, guys, and I'll leave you with your weekends ahead, and hopefully you all have a fantastic weekend. But I'm feeling super duper good about Manchester United at this moment in time, and this isn't based on pre-season results against Manchester City in friendlies that do not matter. This is based on a real feeling that I get. Romelu Lukaku said when he arrived, he sensed something special was happening at Manchester United. And I really sense something special is happening at Manchester United as well. If this team continues to grow, continues to progress as well as we think they should, then if they do that, we will have some team on our hands for some time. Trust me, we'll have a very, very good team that will be challenging for titles, challenging for trophies over the next 5, 6, 7 years if these players all come on as we all think they should do. So I am buzzing about this Manchester United side, and I'm feeling really, really confident about this Manchester United side going forward. But I just don't have any time for some of the bullshit in the comments and some of the bullshit on social media. It really grinds my bloody gears. Anyway, thank you all for joining us, guys. There may be some live streams over the weekend. Of course, you'll find out if you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. For now, though, guys, I've been Adam McKola. You have been absolute legends. This has been MUFC Transfer Talk, and I'm out of here.